Welcome, Friday night. Thank God it's Friday, right? Welcome to another Bobby Legs and Friends live stream. I am joined by my good friends and panel experts, I would say. They're experts. Amin and Rasan. Rasan, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a few weeks.
Oh yeah,
Great to have you back on board. I know life sometimes, the nerve of life is that it gets in the way, right?
it sure does.
So so you got kids, you're doing stuff with them, and that's great and that's awesome. How you been, man?
Doing good, doing good. School year is finally settled in, so that's good. We've got our routines going.
Yeah,
Took a little bit longer than I thought, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I really
Well,
can't complain too much right now.
no, that's great. That's awesome. And what do you have on wrist tonight?
Oh, the weather's finally cooling off, so now I'm back
So
on
is it was
track.
so is it
So
like 95 degrees? Is that when
it
the
was
weather's
98. It was 98.
yeah.
But rocking IWC tonight.
Nice.
So
Nice. I don't know if you guys caught on Toppers today. They really said a beautiful Mark 18.
Yep.
well, really,
That was a really good price. Went pretty quickly. It was one of the first watches that went. I think it was like in the mid threes at it, with the
Yeah.
yeah,
discount,
that's a good
right?
price.
And it was a
Yeah.
really good. It was in really great shape. Um, Amin, how are you?
Good. Good, Rob. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, looking.
TGIF.
Yeah, TGIF, looking good, looking good. What do you got on
I
wrist tonight?
got a new watch today. New
Ooh,
to me.
new
Uh,
watch. Hold on, let me get you like
pre
middle.
pre-owned.
Oh,
Oh, look at that thing.
oh, that's
Mm-mm-mm.
nice. Oh,
Thank you.
damn. Yeah.
So tell us a little about how you got here with it
Yeah.
and about the watch.
Yeah. I'm down the Breguet rabbit hole.
Yeah,
I uh,
I would say.
I got a Classique several weeks ago now,
Yeah.
and pre-owned also. And
Hmm.
then I just really wanted a tradition, and
Yeah.
ended up trading 3 watches and some cash
Hmm.
to Crown and Caliber.
Yeah.
It's a spider hanging right by my face here.
Yeah, no, get that.
Yep. And got it.
Nice.
Uh, and Crown and Caliber, really nice experience with those guys. They they gave me excellent trade value.
Yeah. You were surprised with actually with one or two of them, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean they were almost as much as I felt like I could have privately sold the watches
okay.
for without a lot of headache, you know?
Hmm.
Like if you want to get the extra last 10% of your money,
Yeah.
you gotta suffer more tire kickers and, you know, people who want lots of different views and stuff like that, whatever,
Hmm.
time grapher stuff. And they came close, I think, to what I could have got with a private sale, which is
Yeah.
really surprising and nice. Yeah. Like they gave me for a Tudor ceramic. You don't mind if I say, right?
No,
Yeah,
if
they
you don't
gave me,
mind.
I don't mind. They gave me 3,300, right? Which
Hmm.
is, I think really good. I mean, could I get another 500 maybe in a private sale if I really tried hard? Possibly, but it'll be tough. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So,
So, man, you are a type 20 away from like,
no, I think I'm done.
yeah, yeah,
I think I'm
okay.
done with Breguet.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that. Not, no, I
Yeah.
shouldn't
Don't.
say that. Yeah,
You're never done.
I really shouldn't say that. But if I don't have an immediate desire for another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this now your I know it's the newest, right? Is this your favorite Breguet out of the ones that you had? I mean, they're all great
Um.
watches. It's not like one is way better than the other. Or
Yeah.
maybe,
The
finishing order
other,
maybe, but
the Classique is still my
oh,
favorite.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
That
that's
one is
just
my favorite. It's probably the least popular. Like I think I hear my friends say sometimes that they would consider getting a Marine, right? We've heard other
mhm,
friends
mhm.
say
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah.
And I've heard and some of our friends have gotten a tradition and other friends would consider a tradition. I
Yeah.
don't think anybody else is really thinking about getting the particular type of classique I got with like the calendar and the moon
Yeah,
phase and that stuff. It's
yeah,
like maybe old fashioned for most people, but
yeah.
it's kind of my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, it's a great watch for us like 50-year-olds, right? Or soon to be
Maybe
50-year-olds, right? You know.
maybe.
So I like it. I really
Yeah,
like it
a
too.
friend of ours got a classique recently, but not
Hmm.
but not not the as much of an old man
Right,
uh,
right, right,
cla-
right.
classique. I'll show because I'm on the stream.
Yeah,
I'll just show. This is the classique I'm talking about, right? So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
more of a old fashioned brigade pocket watch kind of
yeah,
design.
yeah. Still
Yeah,
stunning. And so what I like about your sub collection is that they're all very, very different from each other.
they are
You know,
different.
you
Even the cases are kind of different because this is the oldest model of the tradition, so it's got a shorter lugs,
mhm,
smaller case than the classique I got, and it's obviously very different open work kind of
yeah,
dial. And yeah,
yeah. Excellent.
thank you,
Congratulations.
thanks a lot. Yeah,
And
yeah, I
you
gave up a lot,
you gave up a lot.
as Archie would say. It
Yeah.
has to hurt. It's
Yeah,
hurt a little bit.
it has to hurt. Yeah. But you've satisfied a couple of things here, right? So
Yeah,
you're able to because you were getting to a point where you felt like you could probably thin up the
yeah,
collection just a little bit.
for sure.
And so and you traded up. You know,
Three
you
for one
traded up
feels
three for
good.
one. Three for one
Getting
feels
the
good.
total number down a little bit
Yeah.
and getting to a watch that's a little more special to me, it feels good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus the other ones that you traded, you know, you can get those back. You can get
could
those back,
could,
right?
but I like that it's coming down a little bit. I'm
Hmm.
down from like, I feel like I'm down from close to 20 watches to more like 14.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
For
12 would
sure.
be nice. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. You're getting there. You're getting there.
yeah.
I also got something new in the mail today, and that was the SPB 317, the
Mm.
Slim Turtle, also affectionately known as the Slim Wilson in our group.
Very cool.
Yeah, very, very cool. Wears
Yeah,
really, really great. Um, I'm excited because I've really gotten the collection is down to was down to like four watches, right? And I wanted something that could could take a little bit of a beating and then I could beat it a little bit and not worry too much about it. I mean, look, I mean this is still like a you know it's still not a cheap watch, right? I mean
yeah.
I got it through AZ Fine Time
Mm,
and with shipping and negotiating a little bit of deal. It was somewhere around, the mid 700s, right? So, not cheap by any
mm,
means.
not cheap.
But a good solid watch for like, whenever I want to do anything around the house with the kids, I don't have to worry about it. So,
You
really
had
happy with that one.
the Slim
Mhm.
Wilson, and I have the Chaz Willard, and I wear it a lot.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wear it quite a bit.
I, I
Really
wanted
like it.
I wanted something that I could just like not even think about it and just put it on.
Yeah,
Not like in a court sense where it's like already the time is set and I don't have to worry about it. It's a totally bit different than that.
yeah,
But just something that I could just have at the side of my bed, and in the morning just put it on and just get going.
yeah,
And I think I successfully got that with this watch, at least for now. That's the beauty of Seiko divers. I
yeah,
feel they're great that way.
for sure.
Um, all right, well, let's get the chat involved and say hello to the chat um, before we get into our topics here. And there's DJ, and I love seeing the little icons. Shameless plug. I'll be really quick about it. I put out a video about memberships and memberships to the Bobby Legs YouTube channel, and you can see like that if you see a join button, that's what that's all about. And in return, um, I just created this community, this Discord community, and we've got it, pretty much going the last couple of days, and it's been going really well with members of of uh, of the channel. Look, I've been involved with several Discord servers, and some of them have been really, really done well, and have had some great longevity and are still going strong. And some have gone like, bad and array and it's a shame. And I hope we have a good one here. And we'll play it by ear. We'll see how it goes. Um, hey, there's Hobby Bobby. How are you? Peter C, what's up, Peter? How you doing? Underachieving watch collector. What's up, my friend? Bill K is here. Marcus, what is on? Speaking of Marcus, guys, make sure you're here next Tuesday. The original Tuesday night watch crews getting together for our take and our predictions of the GPHG. Those nominees have been out for a little while. We're going to pick our winners or who we think is going to win. AZ Clayton is here. Hey, Kevin S is here. What up, Keith? Rod the Enabler, Marcus G says. Last time he was on, Amin bought a new watch.
Yeah,
Oh,
he beat me to the
Rob,
punch
Rob pretty much has
tonight.
to get responsibility for this watch too, because that one took me down this path.
Well,
Yikes.
that's why, like, I maybe Rod
Yeah.
didn't catch us, but that's why I threw in the Type 20 because he's a big fan of the Type 20. I was hoping that
So
he
yeah,
would get you going to get to round out the Brigade collection with a
No,
Type
no.
20.
Rod took me on a instrumental friend in taking me on a really good collection path. I gotta say, I
that's
feel
good.
really good about this turn that things have gone. And I probably,
Yeah, thanks.
if we didn't have that stream and you didn't say what you said, I probably wouldn't be here. Yeah,
Wow,
seriously.
thanks.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could
Thank,
help.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Great, glad you can enable. Great, yeah. Hey Thomas, what's going on? How you doing?
Thomas,
Caliber YQG is here. Steve Tymill's here. Junior Johnson, what's up? Mr. Jones, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while here. Good to see you here. Um, Meznine is here. How you doing? Tennessee Mike, what is up? How you doing? Good to see you too. Haven't seen you in a while. Ken is Spears checking in for Pittsburgh from Pittsburgh. Oh, Marcus G with the super chat. Thank you, Marcus. Abraham Louis Sabat, AK. Oh man. Um, yeah, so. We'll talk when I speak about the independent watch that I'm going to speak about. I want to bring up a conversation or a one-sided conversation you had with somebody on Instagram.
Sure.
I don't know if that person
Oh,
has
okay.
responded to you.
I don't
Yeah.
mind. I don't mind.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Peter C is, do you need a three for a sub collection? That's a good, Peter, that's a good question. Do you need at least three of something for a sub collection? And I would say yes. I would say you at least need three. A pair is just a pair, and it could exist. It could be anything in your collection, but I think three, whether it's like three divers, right, or three Seikos, or three Chronos, you know what I mean? Three of a brand or three of a type. I think that, in my humble opinion, is the genesis of a sub collection. What do you guys think? Are you guys in? Do you guys?
yeah,
Yeah. It's
Probably
yeah,
got
I
to be
right.
think so
three's got to
too.
be the number. Two, not really, right? But it's got to be three, right?
No,
At
Two, you're
least
on your
yeah,
way.
definitely.
two. You're on your way, right? Right.
Yeah.
Um, let's see here. What's Marcus up to? We all have our favorite kids and watches. We just don't like to admit it, though. I feel confident it's not Philip.
Ah, rude.
Oh
I love
boy.
all my kids the same.
Uh, Justin, I'm sorry, but I should have read that before
No,
I
no,
said
it's all good. It's all good.
it.
Philip
Uh,
Philip knows he's loved.
Thomas is saying, congratulations, such a beautiful watch, Amin.
Thank you so
You're
much.
truly curating an awesome brigade collection. Look, Amin is also curating a really awesome collection in
Ah,
general.
thank
Like
you.
it's like so he's got the brigades. He's got like a Ranger Rome, right? Like that Skywalk Space Watch, whatever that's called. That's very, very distinct and different. You have a Parmesan. I mean, I'm not going to rattle them all off, but you do have a very, very um, interesting collection for sure. Very
Thanks, Rob.
interesting, yeah,
Thank you.
and one to be proud of.
Appreciate
Um,
it.
hey, Bruno's here. How you doing, Bruno? Um, what's up? Good to see you. I just skipped here a little bit. It's okay. Let's scroll down, see who's here. Chris J, I don't know how people can sell their watches I buy and I'm keeping. You have many watches, but I want them and I'm keeping them. Yeah, I mean, like Chris, I wish I could hold on to every single watch, you know. Um, but I think in this whole process of figuring what I like, it's taken a while, and there's been some casualties, but there's lessons learned, you know. And yeah,
Yeah, I would say the watches that I traded for this one, I did not anticipate letting go of,
mm,
but you know, can't have everything, can't keep them
yeah,
all, and sometimes you want something else, or maybe not for Chris, but for me, sometimes I want something else more than I want what I got.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And look, I think we all go, most of us go in with intentions of holding on to pieces for a while. But it does happen that you fall like out of interest or out of love, and at least you could use it for some sort of collateral, right? To get that piece that you'd like, right? You could, yeah, if you've built up enough watch collateral or what's the word I'm trying to look for? Um, watch
Capital. Watch
capital.
capital. Yep.
You can get that watch. Hobby Bobby saying that broad categories like divers shouldn't count. I don't know. I think they should as a sub collection.
Yeah,
Why
there's a lot
not?
of different looking divers. Like when people hear diver, you automatically go to like sub, rotating bezel, Seamaster.
Yeah,
There are so many different divers out there. Like Brigade Marine, and that
yeah,
doesn't look anything like that.
yeah.
JLC stuff. So
Right, right. I mean, you can have like a Brigade Marine in collection, a Seiko diver, and I don't know, like a Tudor Black Bay. I mean, like that's a nice little sub um, collection there of very different um,
Maybe
dive
that's what he's
watches.
saying is they're too different to be like
Mm,
it's too broad, but I mean it's all
okay.
whatever we want, right? I
Yeah.
mean
Yeah.
you can have a nation sub collection, you can have a
Right. Right. Right.
color
Right. Right.
sub collect, you can have German watches sub
Swiss,
collection, you can have
German, Japanese. Yeah.
a type of watch, or
Mm,
you could focus on something really, super tight like a Submariner sub collection from different years or whatever. It's whatever you want.
Speaking of sub collections, Bobby here, I have a
Oh
kennel of
yeah,
Snoopy's.
Kennel
Yeah.
Snoopies.
Speedmasters and hey Dib, how are you? Good to join us.
Dib.
Um, Dib, before we get to you, let me just finish out saying hello to everybody here. Canadian Watch Monkey, hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Uh, Kevin S. Philip felt unloved when Amin moved away from precious metal Rolex. Um, Marcus with another super chat. Amin's collection inspired me to take a leave of absence to find myself spiritually. Uh, hey, big wrist. And I always used a G-Shock when diving. Finally went under with my SKX 10 years ago. Um, Canadian watchmaking, Oris Aqua sub collection. Yeah, very nice. German watches, never heard of such a thing. Shut up, Kevin. Thomas Zenith need to bring out a decent. Yes, I think that's the
that would
knock,
be
right?
good.
Right, Ra? Like
Yeah.
like when is Zenith gonna come out with a decent diver, just a decent one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. It might take them a while. I don't know. What they're doing now. I'm just like, oh, just stop. So I guess anything to get them away from the El Primero, I'd welcome.
Yeah.
And
But I
that,
mean,
the other one, the Chronomaster.
yeah, but they've been doing, they got the Defy line that I think is very, very popular. Defy line, so
Yeah.
they're not necessarily like a one-trick pony like for me, I think Tudor is a one-trick pony, right? With the Black Bay line,
Mhm.
at least it feels that way to me. I know they have other lines, but I mean, it just feels like it's all Black Bay line. It's all Black Bay, um, but I think Zenith is trying. I mean, like we'll see. Hopefully, they can put a decent diver. They've had put out divers before. Dib, what do you have on wrist tonight, buddy?
I am wearing the SPB 317
Oh
signature.
yeah, in solidarity. Okay, I like it. I like it.
Nice.
We have both have the Slim Wilsons on. Um, yep, the North Flag. Yeah, I got you, Big Rest. North Flag is definitely not a BB.
Yeah, but
But in my mind, I feel like when you go on their website, it's all Black Bay at
Hmm.
first, right? So that's why I say that. It feels that way to me. All right, so okay, let's start off with the first topic, the topic on the title, and I want to explain where I'm getting this from. So recently, a specific watchmaker that I really I follow um, has put out a new model that I just was head over heels for, and that was this the Joachim Benzinger and what does he call this thing? He calls it the Gap One limited edition. Um, just a beautiful dress piece. Joachim Benzinger is a master of the hand guilloche, the rose turn engine. Just awesome work, engraving work here. He does a lot of his case backs are skeletonized a little bit. This one is not as aggressively skeletonized as some of his other models, which is kind of a turn off for me. But this works for me. So I just had this thought. Um, I really don't have much watch equity at the moment. I have only like four watches, and most of them are seemingly untouchable. But I thought for a second, what if I sold my Submariner? Um,
Dun, dun,
a-
dun.
yeah, I know, and a watch that means so much to me. Over the last couple years, and yeah, I don't know. There was a moment, and then there was a moment where I felt like it was almost like a 50-50, right? That I could really, you know, if a certain, thought had crossed my mind, or somebody said something that I wanted to hear that would push me over the edge, that it could happen. And I didn't do it. I didn't do it because the Mrs. Legs was like, don't ever sell Rolex. And I'm like, okay, all right, that was what I needed to hear, right? But it makes me think of the question, like, right now, if I had, $10,000, let's say, right? I mean, I needed to sell the Rolex. I didn't have like, $10,000 in my pocket, just like, not many of us do. But if I had $10,000 in my pocket, like right now, would I go with something like an independent piece, or something that's more of a big brand type piece? And specifically, what I've been thinking about, like, let's say like a watch like this, which is slightly over $10,000, but a Lane maybe that is just under $10,000, right? A Lane, and compared to, let's say, a Omega Gray side of the moon, right?
Mhm.
Relatively similar in price point, especially pre-owned for the gray side. Let me just pull up a Line A watch here. Um, like, what would I do? Like, what would I do? Would I go with the brand recognition, or would I go with something that is more personal in feeling? And I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I think I would go still with an Omega, the gray side of the moon, in this scenario. Um, but it's a tough question. Like, I would love to go independent, but some of these brands, who knows where they're going to be around in the next few years, how they're going to get service. I think Lane, like, their base model is based on an ETA 6498, which is, could be serviceable um, by a competent watchmaker anywhere. But Omega's not going anywhere, right? There's some safety in that. What
Mhm.
you know, uh,
Yeah.
let's start off with you, Ra. What do you think if you had your choice right now? I know there's some watches you're thinking. I know you like some independents like Moser.
Hmm.
What would you do?
I would, if someone just said, well, here's 10 grand and you can't buy anything that's on your list, right? So,
Yeah.
kind of think outside of the box. And there's always watches that I've adored but never went after because, other things I want to put first. But I would stay with a big brand, a big company.
Hmm.
I'd stay away from independents, and I like independents, like a lot of them. But, you know, down the line when my watches are my son's watches, are these guys going to be there? So just, that's one, I know that's ridiculous kind of reasoning, but for me, it's like I want something that I can immediately get serviced. Parts are always going to be there. Um, yeah, I would go with a big brand. I'd probably go Glasuta original
Hmm.
70s panorama date, not the chronograph. Probably the only person on earth that hates that chronograph, but definitely a Geo 70s panorama date, blue
Yeah.
dial or that graphite dial, coming in at under 10 grand. I would go there. It's safe. Parts are going to be around for it forever. Um, Looks great. So, and it's very
Yeah.
retro, and I like that whole retro thing.
Yeah.
So I
Mm.
would definitely go that route.
Yeah. Yes, Mrs. Legs, I did feed the cats. Anyway, Amin, I think, well, I'd like to hear your take on this because I think I think I know where you would go with this, but I feel like you may surprise me.
I've gone back and forth. I've gone like when I've had faced with this kind of decision, I've gone, like a couple times in a row, IWC, uh, you know, Rolex, that kind of thing, and then other times I go more towards the artisan craftsmanship, independent, that sort of thing. These days, I'm feeling more like not necessarily independent. I want Breguet's not an independent, but kind of this more dressy watch that has some kind of art or um, artisan side to it. So, I mean, right? I'm not saying sell sell the sub. I wouldn't. I don't think you should sell the sub, but I think that Benzinger is very special, and I think it's a great choice for the money. If that answers the question.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I find it even. I think the Line A's are beautiful, but I think that Benzinger has been around longer, is very respected, um, and the partnership with Habring is very, very cool.
Hmm.
Them making the movement, this German Austrian connection, and I think it's really cool.
Javi Bobby saying the boobs sagging below her big stomach. You're welcome, Rob. No need to sell the sub. So now I can't unsee that. Thanks, Javi Bobby. I appreciate it.
Also, like a face, right? Like a C3PO or
Yeah.
Homer Simpson
Oh
type
yeah,
face.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to
Uh,
I'm going to add something to
yes,
Hobby
please do.
Bobby's comment.
Oh, okay.
There's a nipple ring involved. I did not want to say that out loud, but since you have already highlighted that comment, I'm just gonna, you know, steer into the skid and say,
Okay.
Nice.
Well, thanks for that. Marcus is saying, so you selling the subs like me selling the Chronomètre Bleu. Uh, don't do it. You're right. You're right. Tib, what is your take? $10,000? Yeah, you going
yeah,
big brand?
I'm not a big independent brand person anyway. I
Yeah.
think the only independent brand or micro brand or whatever you want to call it, I've given a chance with my own money has been Ming. Now the watches I bought, they're at a much lower price point than 10 grand. If it was a 10 grand Ming, I probably wouldn't do it. Like I like to stick to the big brands.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big independent brand person.
Mm-hmm.
If I have $25,000 to spend, I'm not buying a watch from somebody who might get famous 50 years from now. I'm going to
Yeah.
buy a Lange. If I have 15 grand, I'm going to buy a gold dressy piece from JLC,
Mm,
or a Breguet. I'm not going to do that. So yeah,
mm-hmm.
it's a straight enough answer.
But the question wasn't just independent versus a big brand. I think it's also kind of like, unless I got it wrong, it's also kind of like a fancy watch. Like when you say a Lange, right? It's different than a Rolex. Or it's different than a sports watch, right? You're still going to this kind of dressy, um, high horology kind of choice. The ones you named.
Yeah, I mean the question's open-ended. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it could be whatever, however you want to interpret it. Marcus with a good point here is, wait, if you never sell Rolex, what's the point of buying Rolex in the first place? Yeah, especially since, people have sold their Rolexes for, you know, for to buy get those higher end pieces they can trade away when you have a Pepsi that's worth, 20, 25,000, you know. I see what you mean there, Marcus. Scott's saying I just brought the Sartori Billiard, right? The SBO 05, I would
Yep.
imagine, for greater than around approximately 10K, and got to customize everything. But I already have a few icons. So yeah, Scott, I think, once you have a few icons set in, I
Hmm.
think the choice is a little bit easier, right, Ra, to go independent, to go out on
Yeah.
that limb, once you covered your bases with the icons, for
Yeah.
sure.
Once you have what you really want, it really opens everything up because you've already got the top of the mountain, and now you can play around a little bit, I guess.
Agreed, and that's what I kind of felt like when I finally got the Submariner. Like, it was a piece that I was chasing for such a long time, and I
Hmm.
finally got it. And I felt like, that would open the door, and I'd be freer, to make some decisions, but it's actually not had that effect on me. It's
Oh wow.
actually well, what it was is then I started becoming I got obsessed with Rolex for the last
Hmm.
like year, and now I'm obsessed with, getting a Pepsi, right? I haven't really moved on from, like,
Hmm.
finally attaining a piece that I've been looking for such a long time, thinking that it was going to free me to, like, buy whatever I want whenever I want.
Hmm.
Hasn't really worked out that way.
Wow.
So
Yeah, mine. I had the opposite effect with JLC.
yeah,
Like as soon as I got that, I was like, well, other watches that I want, take it or leave it. I'll get them.
yeah,
If I don't get them, I'm fine. You know.
gotcha. Tom's saying around 10,000 pounds, someone else's money right now. I would buy the Zenith A384
Yeah.
or a Polar Explorer 2.
A Zenith A384 on the used market is
It's like half
4,500
that.
to
Yeah,
5
for
grand.
yeah,
So I think the pound is pretty much 1:1 right now with the dollar,
yeah.
or even less. So yeah, I mean,
Marcus is saying, is there only a couple of indies I would buy with my own money under 10K? There are definitely more big brand pieces I'd like for my own money at that price point. Yeah, I think I'm with you. Look, I mean, there are, so this piece, this Benzingers are closer to 12, so I'm cheating a little bit. But you can get a Jaeger Benzinger, his collaboration with K Jaeger, for around 4 to 5K. Um, and you're getting great guilloche, a movement that is, just a off-the-shelf manufactured movement, but it's been um, definitely modified. Um, so other than that, I mean, you have Lane, you have Garrick, some of those independents. There's a few more there. I still think I would go big brand, Marcus, you're suggesting here, at that point. Kevin S. It's not only brand recognition. Many of those independents have no or very limited secondary market.
The independents, they're doing pretty well. Secondary
Mm-hmm,
market, a lot of them.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Bruno saying buying a watch is simple. Buy the one that stops you in your tracks, makes you smile, and causes your inner voice to say, "I gotta have that."
so
Uh,
here's the thing.
mm,
You guys know I've been talking about buying that Navitimer Cosmonaut that I've
yeah,
had in mind for, I don't know, maybe a month now.
yeah,
Hmm.
mm-hmm,
Hmm.
And I've always seen when I build it up this much in my mind, and obviously, it's delayed gratification. I'm trying to slow down purchasing a watch which is at slightly above 2 grand. I know, for some reason I feel when I actually have it in hand, it becomes a little underwhelming.
mm.
And at
You're
that
let
point,
down.
you know, so I either have an option of buying a Formex, which I've been taking a serious look at for
Mm-hmm.
the last few weeks, and I think they're coming out with something new for the wind up watch fair, I think. So that's on my mind. But I don't know. Like, I keep thinking, you know what? I need that Navitimer Cosmonaut. I need that. I
Yeah,
need that. But like after building it so much, like it happened. The same thing happened with the Peacock. The
Yeah.
day the Grand Seiko Peacock was launched, I'm like, I need to get it. And I like immediately called the AD and put 50% deposit on it. Now I got the watch. It was running out of spec, which obviously did affect my decision making, but I wasn't enthused by it. Like I'm like, oh my god, it's the best dial of 2022. I did not feel that. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's also something.
I think a lot of us, and I won't speak for you guys per se. I guess I shouldn't say that, but I mean I know there's times when I've built up um, a watch purchase in my mind. The anticipation was, and the chase was far more greater than getting it in hand and feeling disappointed. I'll tell you this much though, Deb, with that Navitimer, I mean the Cosmonaut, I was um, I was blown away when I got it in hand. Right? It was a watch that I've been kind of after for a while, just never pulled the trigger on it, and then had the opportunity to, and I'm so happy that I did because like I hear music when I look at that watch and I wear it. So I hope you get that same experience. I hope you don't get that let down.
I
Um,
think the reason why I'm still hesitant to buy one is I had a Valgio Navitimer for the better part of 2 years.
yeah.
So that instant hit that you got when you opened the box for the first time, I already had that. Like,
Mm,
what's the
hmm.
key difference between my watch and your watch? The movement and the 24-hour
Hmm.
hand,
Hmm.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're pretty much,
And I
the
haven't.
same and the same watch.
Mine's got a gold bezel, which adds to it though for me. So that gold bezel um, makes it a little bit more special in my mind for me as well. May not be that big of a deal for you, but for me, it added something a little extra because I have been looking for something with like a two-tone-ish, and it kind of satisfies that too. So, but I hear you, but I definitely hear you, man. Kevin is saying I think you need more than 10K to play with quality independence. Yes and no, Kevin. Thomas is bringing up one here that you can get for under 10K. That is great. A Dornbluth. Um, Canadian Watch Monkey. It looks like subdials uh, fell down. Yeah, yeah, it does look like the subdials fell down, right? Looks like an upside down owl. Okay, that too. Thanks, Stefan. Appreciate it. Um,
Or you can take
almost. Mm.
Mr. Bobby Kumar's idea. For 10K, I'd take the 9900 in my pocket and buy a Borealis. That's the upcoming ending.
Oh
So
boy.
I think he won the comment section for today.
Canadian Watch Monkey, thank you so much for the super chat. His vote is Nomos. Um, Thomas saying another one I would consider under 10K is a Grand Seiko Omiwatari dial spring drive. Deb, what do you think about that choice?
I mean, I don't like that case.
Hmm.
So any dial with that case is usually a no-go for me. But it's a nice watch with, I think, the 9R31 spring drive movement. Looks pretty nice, has a nice story. you know, uh, s- Snow cracking up in the middle of a lake or something, spirits coming up or going down. There's something to that story. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, I mean, and you can have that watch from an AD, hopefully with a little bit of discount, or you can buy it from the secondary for 6,000, like 6,500 pounds maybe. They don't, since they're a dressy Grand Seiko, especially without a bracelet. I haven't seen those do very well, you know. But as a watch, it's good. I personally don't like that case.
Chris is saying check. Thank you, Chris. Check your Facebook message. Sweet peace. And I will. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Hobby Bobby saying Holdrix and Oxen Jr. are good under 10K, um, for sure. Um, hey, Thomas, can you post the membership link on the chat? Uh, it's actually a join button that you should see underneath your screen here, your YouTube screen. So
I
I
think
know,
if you're on a iPhone,
yeah,
it's not going to show. But
yeah. If you're
on
on a
a
phone.
on a laptop, desktop, or an Android phone, it'll show.
Yeah. Thank you, Amin.
Sure.
Uh, here you go. If you want a Borealis, I'll be able to locate one for you. I know a guy. Terrible. Stefan, I had to join. I'm like, oh, okay. Thanks, Stefan. Yep. Appreciate you letting Thomas know. Um, okay. Um, so uh, let's move on. Um, I want to explore um, have a little discussion here on something a friend of ours put together, and that is a brand type pyramid, watch brand type pyramid, and I want all you guys take on it. Let me just pull it up. Our friend Wolfie put together uh, a list of watches, where he considers our high end, ultra luxury, luxury, premium beaters, SHITTERs, and pure drag. Now, I
I,
just want to remind everyone this is one person's opinion. Um,
you
and
might want to zoom in. Like, I have
okay.
4 eyes and my eyes are failing.
Oh, yeah. Let me see if I zoom in. Oop, it's not allowing me to zoom in.
You can't make it bigger.
I can't. Oh, let me see if I can do it this way. Is that helping?
Yep,
Mm, it
little
only
bit.
showing the top part.
Okay, but that's fine. At least,
That
well,
helps.
yeah, that helps a little bit. I can just go like this and that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's review here. Let's go from top to bottom. Or does it make sense to go right here, start from the middle? Meaning that there's a lot of brands here that we are known, we're familiar here. Is something like Rolex, Omega, Grand Seiko, would that we consider that a premium? I guess Wolfie's saying that premium is just under luxury and luxury is just under ultra luxury.
I
Are
don't
the
understand why Breitling is within Longines. There are tier up in terms of prices, and again, like, we are not talking value here, right?
Well, we're talking Wolfie's opinion, right? Because he's got like Nomos, Oris, Zen, Tag, and Doxa under what he would call beaters, right? And I don't know if I'd call these beaters.
Can you try
Um,
my screen? See if the whole thing shows.
sure.
See if it is that. No, still.
Can you zoom in? Okay, you can.
Let me see. Can do like that.
Yeah, you pretty much the same thing you could do. But you know what? Let's do your screen because
Okay.
while I look into the chat, you can.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so Deb, so you think Breitling and Longines and Tudor, that's a mismatch there in premium?
I definitely think Breitling should be in the luxury space compared to the premium space. If we are to, like, if Omega is in luxury, Breitling and Omega are what I consider,
Mm.
like the same level of brands. So definitely, I don't think Breitling belongs there.
Marcus saying Geo is not super luxury, it's just luxury.
I
Yeah, I
would
agree with
agree to
that.
that. Yes,
Okay, maybe it's better than just let's just go and see if we could just focus on the top down and pick off whether we think these are high end,
I would change
ultra.
all these titles for what it's worth. Like
Okay,
I've seen these titles before, but I think Tudor and Breitling, Longines are luxury watches. I'd say Nomos is a luxury watch. Maybe and I definitely don't think that the things down there as SHITTERs are should get that name. You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean?
mm-hmm.
Like so I wouldn't name these levels like this at all, but just talking about the levels as they are. So you want to start at the top?
Yeah, we might as well start. And look,
Okay.
I mean, I know Wolfie's left out a lot of brands here, and that's you can't name them all, right?
Mm.
So he's got at the high end Gruber Forsey, De Bethune, Roman Gautier, and Gronfeld. Okay, as high end horology and he's saying this is like the highest level of horology, I believe, is what he's saying.
Mhm.
I think all those
Um,
belong.
I think all those belong too. Yeah, I got no issue with that. Ra, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Okay.
Wish he included Laurent Ferrier. That would be nice to see.
Yeah,
There's a
and
bunch
maybe
not listed, right?
Yeah.
yeah, and Wolfie may have put that in there. He may just I don't know how quickly he came up with this. This was like a
Yeah.
I think it was pretty fast for the
Pretty
Wolves.
yeah,
fast. Yeah, I
yeah,
think it's pretty
yeah.
quick.
Um, Hobby Bobby's saying MBNF added to high
Yeah,
end as well. Okay.
agreed.
Um,
Quite a few I could name that should be there.
Yeah, Rehab Rehappy, I think that's what you call it, right? That brand.
Yeah,
Yep.
Acrivia or
Acrivia, yep.
yeah, a
okay.
lot of brands could be put there.
Yeah, we're not going to hold it against Wolfie again.
Yeah,
He could have been, he could have rushed through this whole thing. Okay, ultra luxury. All right. So now he's got brands like Patek, Longa, uh, Vacheron, Breguet, Moser. Um, is that FP Journe? I think that's
So
yep,
FPJ.
here's the
yep.
thing. I
Yes,
think what we need to start with is how do we define ultra luxury? Is it, are we just focusing on their highest end watches? Are we focusing on the entire range, like going
catalog.
from a single, simple Calatrava all the way to high complications, or what
What
is
I
the
would say,
scale?
Dib, no, most of
Yeah.
these brands have watches that span more than one category.
Hmm.
So I think we're just talking about like the brand cachet. The the does the brand name mean ultra luxury to you, or does it not?
I mean, if that is the case, Patek Langa, VC, and FP Jones, I'd put them in the top, like in
In
terms
the
of brand cachet. Yeah,
in turn up with Rowan Gauthier and de
yeah. I
Bethune
mean,
Groupe
if you
Force.
think about it, like Patek makes watches which are more than two, $300,000. I mean, they're highest complications ones. Like,
Yeah, no, but you're taking their highest watch, right? But if I said to you, "Hey, my friend just got a Patek," or "My friend just got a Grubel," does it mean the same thing to you in terms of brand cachet?
probably not.
That's how I take this list because there's there's JLCs that are super high end, and then there's JLCs that are at the price point and sophistication of a Rolex sports watch, right? And there and the same I would say uh so just in terms of like does the name say to you super crazy high end or does it say I mean we're parsing, right? I mean, of course Patek is very high end, but
In that sense, like if you were to look at it strictly from that point of view,
yeah.
then I'd say no. But here's the thing: you say, "Hey, my friend got a Patek." I don't know your friend.
Mm.
So is he a multi-billionaire? Then the Patek we are talking about will be different than somebody who is just getting an entry-level color travel.
I think like you can't possibly make a list like this if you're trying to capture the whole range of each watch, right?
Hmm.
There's some really high end UNs and GPs and you know what I mean?
Even
There's
the MCs for that matter. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, if you want to do a ranking based on where the highest end watch is from each brand, then
Mhm.
yeah, Patek is going to be at top, tied for the top, right? And with whatever, if you're doing it with the lowest one from each brand, then you got a whole different list. So that's why I think this list kind of just means, what do you think of
So
with this brand?
I think like before, like I stop talking and let you guys talk. I think what we can do is take a median price from every brand. Like not consider the highest end or consider the lowest price. Let's just take it, in the middle, and that way we'll have a better baseline to say what kind of prices the watch would be, and that then we can make a determination, right?
The median offering or the median purchase or
The median offering, I'd say.
Yeah, Wolfie, if you're watching this, demerits for not clearing, making these topics clear, but we like what you're headed in, and maybe we should, go back to the drawing board. But we're here. Let's get going. Let's keep moving. Let me just read some comments here. Wolfie spent more time drawing this on his napkin than Genta did sketching the original Royal Oak. Ouch.
based on median offering, Geo is clearly lower than
Yeah, 100%.
these other
A
ones.
hundred,
Geo.
I would agree as
and
well.
and even Moser, I would say, I think Moser, when people hear that word, they think of it's in this class with these other watches. But as far as the median watch sale, I think it's lower.
Yeah. Wolfie thinks Mito likes Mito, I think. I'm surprised that it is in the shitter category.
Wolfie
Where did
likes all the ones in that category.
he does?
Like if we pan down, I mean, he Wolfie likes, well, he doesn't like G-Shock, but he
No, no,
likes
he likes that
Seiko,
John Mayer. He
and
loves
he
the John
likes,
Mayer.
oh yeah, he does love the John Mayer.
Yeah.
He loves the Seiko. He loves Seikos. He loves Mitos. So this,
Yeah.
he just chose a bad word here.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah.
Bad boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where does Parmigiani sit?
I mean, I think it depends on whether you're saying the median price of the offering or the median price of the purchase.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we can't do the
it-
median
it-
price of the
it's-
purchase, right?
It's
'Cause
gonna
that's
go in. It's gonna go in one of these two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would side more on the ultra luxury.
I feel that way. I
Yeah.
think that's where Moser too. The small volume production is a little bit of a push upward. Just even if the watch itself is not as high horology, being made in smaller numbers pushes it in an upward category.
Bobby thinks that AP is ultra luxury.
Wolfie hates AP. He put
Yeah.
him in Drek,
Yeah.
pure Drek,
So I mean,
Richard
like,
Mille, and AP.
I think I'm with Bobby there. That I believe that I would put AP in ultra luxury. Ra,
Yeah,
you think so too? Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Same. Yeah. That's
Um, Stefan, if Moser is ultra luxury, Longa is high end.
what? Oh yeah. Yeah.
Chris is saying that we have an MBF Legacy Perpetual and he loves it. MG is Morris Grossman, I
Yep.
assume. Oh, is that a G? Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know if
His
it was like
G's
weird.
are strange,
Yeah, I think
and
because he's Austrian or something
and
like that.
sometimes look like Q's.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you look at Breguet. That's
Uh, okay. Patek has the highest end watches by price and collectability. Hmm.
Well, it all depends on how you make this list, right? Like
Mhm.
a Dibs criteria, I think is the median list price, not the median auction price or sale price or whatever.
Stefan thinks that Moser belongs at least one down with Amin's explanation.
See, I think when people hear the word Moser, though, they think really high end, even if
Yeah.
even if many of their watches are not as high end as people think.
Yeah,
I
I mean, like, in comparison to some of those other watches that you see here in the luxury space that um, Wolfie has included. I mean, do I think Moser compared to Rolex? Do I think Moser's more high end? Yeah, I think the perception I have is that it's more high end than Rolex, more high end than Omega, Grand Seiko, um, more high end than Blanc. Well, Blancpain and JLC are just a little, eh.
They span categories
They
big
they
time.
span categories for me, but when I think of them specifically, I don't think of their lower end models. I think of their higher end
Yeah.
models.
Me too.
So it's perception.
I would be tempted to put Blancpain higher.
Yeah. Scott's saying that Patek is the most premier watch brand historically and objectively. Blancpain ultra luxury. I think I'm with you there, Stefan. Wilson saying, "Come on, guys, no need to overthink Wolfie's tongue-in-cheek list. It's all in good fun. He's secretly in charge of the world, so don't argue with him."
we'd have a lot more chicken farms if he was, in charge of the world.
Yeah, we did like 3 Chicken Wednesday would be an official holiday.
What do you think's the median price of a Patek offering?
Honestly, I'd say 150K.
The median?
I mean,
The
if
mean
you,
the mean is up there. The median
Well-
I think is much lower.
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
In terms of what they sell,
Mhm.
I think they probably sell a lot more 30K 4K
Yeah.
watches than
I mean, what is
where
the Nautilus at retail,
whereas
right?
the median Grubel, the median DB, the median Urwerk, the median Gronfeld higher. Roman Gauthier.
So I don't have a lot of, well, I can't remember the prices obviously on the ladies pieces, but sub 40K, the only watches that come to mind is Aquanaut Steel, Nautilus Steel,
Mm.
the entry level Calatravas, probably the weekly calendar, or maybe it's above 40. I think the median price would be a little bit higher than 30.
So I think Javi Vavi's asking really what the real question here tonight is
True, true.
is when ranking watch friends, what category do you all have Wolfie in? Dib, I'll start with you.
I'll give him ultra luxury. When I saw the man, I thought this man is suave, like
Yeah.
debonair.
What about you, Rob?
Oh, he's definitely ultra luxury.
Ultra luxury. Amin?
I would put Wolfie in yeah, ultra luxury.
Uh, I think I'm gonna go high end, and, and and I've actually met Wolfie in person, and with the leather jacket, the designer clothes and shoes, um, the sunglasses. Um, he sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Um, he's got huge thighs. You know, um,
Uh,
he's charming, and everybody wants to be his friend. I think he's top shelf. But his list is needs a lot of work, and so does his G's. Um,
so does his
Watchmen,
what?
his G's, the letter G.
Okay.
Yeah. Median price would be around 40. That's Bobby's guess on the Pad X. Um, wow. Wolfie is in Chuck Norris's category.
Hmm.
He's an Austrian independent. Um, yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, I think we need to get Wolfie to work on this list a little bit more.
I think
And then,
Nomos has to go up with in the Tudor Longines strata.
uh,
I think Nomos definitely needs to be in a section
mm,
with Longines in. Now,
yes.
Tudor probably is right because Tudor has the cheaper models and
Hmm.
they don't top out. Like
Hmm.
I think they top out at like maybe six
Yeah.
or maybe seven for their regular offerings. I'm not talking about anything gold.
Everyone's trying to push upward a little bit too, right? Longines trying to
Mm.
push up a little. Tudor's trying to push up to the Breitling Omega,
I think there's still time
but
for that because
yeah,
at the end of the day, the good thing about Tudors is, for example, let's just take the standard Black B58. I think it has been around since 2018. I got into watches in 2019,
Hmm.
and it was $3,700 then. It's 3,800 now. So among all the price increases and everybody increasing 10, like 6 to 10%, $100 is nothing. So I think they want to stick to that price point while slowly and said, like if you look at what's the price on their two tones, like the two tone GMT, the root beer Tudor. I mean, those are still far cheaper
Hmm.
than anything from Omega or anything from Breitling. Like far far cheaper.
Hmm.
Well, the two tone the root beer is 5,500 on bracelet, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So,
a steel SMP 300,
mm,
that's 55,
mm,
maybe
yeah,
57.
yeah. Wolfgang is the older brother of Zeus. That's what Wilson's saying. Um, Wolfgang's got diplomatic immunity. Wolfgang Puck, Wolfgang Mozart are the second and third most famous Wolfgangs in Austria. Just saying. Stefan is saying that's how we German speakers learn to make our G's in school. Okay. I'm sorry, Stefan. Okay. Thank you for setting us straight. Um, let's see here. What do you think Tissot? Where does Tissot fit with the beaters on his list? With the Orises of the
Oh yeah.
world. I think now, especially lately, right, with what they're coming out with,
Hmm.
it's more compelling, right? I think
It's
they've.
as entry level as you can get. I
It
mean,
is, yeah, yeah. But I mean, like for a while there, I mean, I would say Tissot was like in his SHITTERS category. Um, but now with some of their recent releases, and now I have more general understanding of Tissot. I feel like they're just a step above that SHITTERS category. Um, Hobby Bobby saying Tudor and Longines do not make anything as nice as Nomos, Veltset, or Lambda.
that's true. They are at a much higher price point.
Yeah, but some of those Longines, man, are so nice. I
But
don't know.
when most
Yeah,
people
I
again
guess.
think of Nomos, as far as brand
Yeah,
prestige, they're not
yeah, yeah.
thinking about a Lambda.
No.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're thinking of like an Orion or a Club Campus, right?
Yep.
Um,
Neomatic. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That being said, the new 37 millimeter watch, and this is where I like the watch, but I don't even remember its name.
Is
The
it's it's another club, isn't it? The
Yeah,
new
I think it's
37.
Club Sports Neomatic. I think
Yeah.
that's
Uh,
something which has caught my eye definitely.
Tissot Kevin S making the argument that Tissot and Hamilton are below Longines and Norris. I mean, I could see that too, I guess. But I think they're all generally in the same category. Where does Squale sit?
Hey, that's in a different altogether category.
Yeah.
It's on the other side of the paper.
It's like the TGV, Dan Henry and Squall, or sorry, Squall. That's how you correctly pronounce it.
Nomos World Timer is super nice. It's one of my favorite Nomoses as well. Um, um, yeah. All right. Well, we're at 10 o'clock.
Here's
Amin,
a
what are you looking at?
new release. I'm looking at new releases on Monochrome. There's another one of these like kind of Ferlin Mari kind
Oh
of
boy.
looking
Oh boy. Doing it
looking
again.
brands. There's so many of these now. They just keep popping up. This
The space is so saturated
yeah,
with these Baltic, Mari.
Yeah, but
Dan
Leonidas, I
Henry,
think, is a older like it's like a what what do you call those brands? Like Phoenix brand?
Phoenix. Yeah, it's not. I
Yeah.
mean,
They might be Phoenix and they might be Revived, but it's not the same brand anymore, really,
yeah,
right? It's just a name,
they're coming
maybe.
out of the woodwork.
Kevin has another great independent. Um,
Sorry, I thought it was Leonidas. It says Libois or
Is this a new watch? It's cool looking.
is that a Panerai?
Yeah,
yeah, it's part of the what did they do? Like something to do with the divers. Like they did a collab of some kind.
yeah.
Leighton would know. I'm not. I mean, even though I like Pam, I'm not bothered to read more about the new watches.
Freddie C.
Is this their tank
Looks like it. Something
uh,
like that.
I
tank
think for the
killer?
price, it looks pretty decent. you know, like for somebody who wants a first dress watch, and obviously you're gonna get a discount with Freddie C. So
$1,000 minus discount.
yeah,
Yeah, you're right, Dib. I mean, that's not so bad.
Hmm.
Tag.
Anything else? Tag.
the Mario Kart.
Oh, is
Uh,
this new?
yeah,
That yeah, that's a new release. I don't know if it's from their playbook or whatever, but
Yeah, it's not bad. It's nice.
No, it's not bad.
Oh,
Oof.
that's interesting.
Uh,
Yeah.
not
Raz.
cheap.
Is it a tourbillon?
Yes, that is a tourbillon. And
Thank you, Thomas. Welcome aboard. Appreciate it, man.
Who's gonna buy that?
Paul, I think he put a deposit on it.
Did
Oh,
he?
he's not here, is he? Fudge.
Uh,
Who's gonna buy that for real?
Oh my god. It's just
It's unbelievable.
but I'm still really confused why Tag would do this.
Yeah, I'm totally confused.
well,
I
we
mean,
put
it's
a
a
really young
tourbillon.
guy as CEO now, so maybe that has something
Yeah.
to do. Hey, Mario Kart, Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean, this is not meant to be mass marketed, right? I mean,
No.
but
It's,
it's hey, see what we can do with Mario.
it
It's
says
just
it on the
still,
bezel. Oh,
yeah,
and I like tag, but that wow, no.
yeah.
I'm walking out the store. I see that.
Dib, what are your chances of getting that Cosmonaut in the next week?
So here's the thing. I have two options.
Hmm.
One, sell the Seiko and don't buy the Formex that's supposed to come out.
Are you talking about the GMT
No, not the
Formax? No.
GMT. They're supposed to come out with a new watch. Well, I know what it is, but I can't say.
How did you learn?
I have a friend. But that's going to be around $1,600.
Yeah.
So
Is it going to be like a field watch, or is it going to diver, or?
it's one of the Essence models. So
Oh, okay. Hey, Karan, thank you. Oh, for Luigi, Dragon and the Princess. Thank you. Thank
Nice.
you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Okay, so it hinges on if you like that Formax, whether you get.
so
I'm trying to understand.
I don't know. So I have a couple of things cooking for my Pepsi and the
Hmm.
Cartier.
Yeah,
Now, in my mind, I've already allocated the money for those watches.
yeah,
Now, it's always easy. Like, even if I buy the Formax or the Seiko, it's easier to get out of
sure.
than a 32-year-old Navi timer. Um, a cosmonaut is not something people would buy instantly, and I do mean it. Like, I love Navi timers. Like, if I bought that, I'd have a serious crisis in my hands, because if I needed 18 grand worth, like worth money, like, and I don't want to touch my savings account. I want to minimize that as much as possible. How do I do it? Yeah.
Right.
So
Mm.
that watch has been for sale for the last 4 months, I think. So it's not going anywhere. You know, nobody's buying that. So I think I'm good there. I'm gonna wait till probably end of November to see if I'm getting the mythical Pepsi or the Cartier, which I hear is in very, very high demand. So that's where I'm at.
Okay. Okay. Ra, are you still holding tight?
Yeah, I'm holding tight, and I had one of those episodes the other night where I'm going down to one watch. That feeling comes and goes a lot. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
I say to myself, well, it would have to be two because eventually one's going to need service. So you're going to have to need some wear some two watches. And then, I wake up and I'm, back where I started again. Like, okay, I want to get these three or four, so yeah, I'm fine. Like I said, with the Memovox, I'm just not in a rush anymore.
Hmm.
When time comes, time comes. Doesn't come, that's fine too.
fair enough. Ahmed, you're
I think I'm still in a little bit shrinking. Still plan to maybe shrink the collection a little more,
Mhm.
but exactly what is unclear.
See, there you go. Kevin just bought me out.
he likes to rein you in a little
he's
bit,
a
doesn't he?
he's a downer sometimes. That Kevin.
What if you need to send both for service?
Oh, I hope not. Uh,
Uh,
I'll bust out the Citizen. You just have to
yeah,
sweat that out.
yeah. Um, well, guys, we're at the end of it this evening. Thank you so much, chat. You guys are definitely the heart and soul of the live stream. I want to thank my friends Dib, Amin, and Ra for joining me this evening. I really appreciate you guys
What's happening?
doing this with
Yeah.
me. It's a whole lot of fun. I look forward to my Tuesday and Friday nights with you guys every week. Every week, it's fun to chat with you guys about watches. And guys, make sure you come by on Tuesday where we're going to be doing our picks for the GPHG. Um, and so looking forward to that. That's always a fun episode every year. And guys, enjoy your weekend and have a good one. Take
Yep,
care.
you
Good
too.
you
night.
Take care.
all.
See everybody.
Bye.
Bye.